Welcome to Sew and Tell, where sewists from fashion, theater, and indie sewing bring their different perspectives to the hottest topics in the sewing community. I'm Kate Zaynard.
I'm Amanda Carestio.
And I'm Meg Healy.
Today on the podcast, we're talking about another intimidating project, sewing jeans. Then we'll do a lightning round with a wedding twist in honor of Meg's nuptials. We'll each share a little something in our SewJo segment, then we'll ask you to share something too. But before we jump in, let me clarify that we are recording this before Meg is married, before her wedding, but it will be released after. So as we talk about things, just everybody know, when we're having this conversation, Meg is not married yet. All right, so how is everybody doing?
Oh, God. You guys are going to be so probably excited once the wedding's over. Then we can just stop talking about it.
Oh, no. Well, maybe after we get like a full recap with all the juicy details.
All the details and
all the pictures.
Yeah, lots of pictures.
We haven't seen those.
Yeah, we have. Excited. I still don't have any idea what this wedding outfit looks like, except I believe there's some lace involved. So I'm very excited to see it.
Yeah. And just before we were recording, I sent you guys both a picture that Bunny is just at my feet. So bunnies are doing well. Just a little bunny.
Oh my gosh,
check-in.
It's such a cute picture. She's like petting him with her foot, and all I can think is Romulus has been spending all his time under our library table, and I keep wanting to pet him with my feet, but whenever I try, he bites me. So it doesn't work out quite as well for me.
Oh.
Well, I don't think I've shared on the podcast.
That's right. I don't think you have.
That we got a cat. His name is Gus. He's from the shelter. And
he is so cute.
He is amazing. And I think we'd had him 2 days. I was cutting out a bigger pattern piece on the floor, and he came right over, sat on my paper, sat on my fabric, just like the pattern weight he is.
Oh, pattern weight.
Did you get a picture?
I didn't know. Oh. I mean, I'm sure it's going to happen again because he is all up in my business when I'm, trying to do stuff. But he's pretty lovely.
He sounds really amazing. And one of these days I'm going to have to meet him.
Yes, indeed.
I can't believe 2/3 of us have a cat now.
Have a cat, huh?
Oh, right. No.
We have quite enough cats for all of us. Between us.
Yeah, between us we have enough cats for everyone in this room, plus our engineer, including our engineer, to have cats. So,
cat for you and a cat for you.
I have 3.
Exactly.
So if you include Amanda's, we're
right.
Covered.
There's all cats to go around.
Yes, lots and lots of cats.
Well, shall we hop on in?
Yeah, let's get started.
All right. Well, I am really excited to talk about our first topic, which is jeans sewing. I think that just in general, it is a classic wardrobe staple, especially for fall. And I think jeans is kind of one of those sewing milestone projects that you put on your list. Yeah. You probably put it off for a while, and then you finally do it, and you feel like a sewing superhero. At least that was my experience. But that being said, there's definitely a mystique around sewing jeans. So I kind of wanted to talk about that, maybe unpack some of that mystique, and talk about what makes jean sewing so intimidating, plus some resources that can help people along their way if they do feel like that's something they want to jump into for the fall. But we'll start with a little exercise. Repeat after me.
Yeah.
Jeans are just pants.
Jeans are just pants.
Jeans are just pants.
Yay. Well, I know you guys know that, but I think that was a big moment for me when I was thinking about sewing jeans. I'd sewn a bunch of pants, but jeans just felt completely different.
Yeah.
Yet there's, the parts and pieces are very much the same to a regular pair of pants.
Yeah.
So let's start there. Have you guys sewn jeans?
I have not sewn jeans, and I do realize that jeans are just pants, but I want to remind everybody that I'm still struggling.
Yeah, I know.
To arrange a pair of pants that's going to fit well on me. So that's an ongoing problem for me, and yeah.
Yeah, understood.
I have not made the jump to jeans for sure.
I have sewn several jeans, and I haven't made them in a while, definitely a couple of years. But I did on Saturday, I did wear a pair of jean shorts that I did make. So they were kind of a sample from when I developed my jeans course. They were one of like a short sample, they were kind of a wearable sample muslin. So I wore those on the weekend. And
nice.
Yeah.
That's a great point, actually. And I see a lot of people muslin jeans patterns and like start sewing jeans with shorts because you don't have
it's
to.
It's just not a waste of
exactly. And it just feels maybe just a little bit less intimidating.
For sure.
To jump into. But so what do you guys think? What are the most intimidating things about sewing jeans? I think for me, it was definitely the top stitching. Because that, I think, and that, it's just a different beast when you're putting the thread that's a little bit thicker into your sewing machine and kind of figuring out how that works. But my tip is don't actually use top stitching thread.
Oh yeah, you
because
could just use like color.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I used a thread that was kind of the same color as top stitching thread, but I decided at some point that was kind of the thing that was keeping me from doing it, and then I was like, well, that's kind of silly. Like, who makes up the rules about what jeans are? You can sew on the pockets and the details with a contrasting thread and move on with your life.
I mean, heck, you can sew on all that stuff with matching thread.
I've done that too.
You can never see if your lines are crooked or anything.
And I think that's a good way to start too. If you start with the matching thread, you can kind of get the technique down a little bit because it is, it is different if you are, if you haven't sewn a lot of stitching that shows. But it's really kind of similar to quilting where the stitching is kind of a design feature. So if you've done a quilting project, you can kind of, you can transfer that into top stitching. What else? What do you think? Is it the button, the fly?
I just have a question. I have a question,
Sure.
More of an open discussion. What qualifies jeans as jeans? Is it the denim fabric? Like, what if I were to sew sometimes a simple pant with like a facing and a side seam and visible zipper in denim and like no pockets, are those still jeans?
I think they're still jeans.
Does denim make the jeans?
I think
jeans?
the denim or like a heavy canvas or something like a really heavy duty fabric. To me that's what really makes the jeans.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are purists out there who are cringing. But I think that if the rules are getting in the way of you doing the thing, then push them to the side and do the thing, and you've made jeans.
Well, and to be honest, if you made that pair of pants that you just described, and I called them jeans, and somebody said, "Oh, well, those aren't jeans because they don't have X, Y, and Z," then I would say, "Well, what would you call them then?" And then they would say denim pants, and I would say, like, jeans. Because to me, that's what a jean is.
I know.
So I don't know. I guess there's probably. I don't know. Is there like a official definition of what a jean is out there? There probably is. We should have looked it up.
I'm sure. But I mean, I think that there are some. I think top stitching is one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. It's just like kind of that classic.
Yeah, and like the 5 pocket thing, I think is with the little coin pocket in the front.
Right.
And the fly front or the zipper or a button up fly.
Exactly.
Like kind of those classic details with
Right.
the hardware.
Yeah. And denim is generally a twill, and so it unravels really easily. So you tend to look at a flat felt seam or some other sort of fancy seam to keep it from just falling apart. And that tends to make me a little nervous too, especially doing all of that in a heavyweight fabric. Because like a flat felt seam is hard enough when you're doing it in a cotton that's super easy to press and pretty thin. Then you find yourself doing it on a denim that's also easy to press because it's also cotton, but still, it gets scarier. You worry about breaking your needles and all that sort of thing. So,
and I think another factor that is intimidating for people is the denim itself, because it's
totally.
You can go into a fabric store and there are so many blends. If you're looking at a rigid jeans pattern, something that does not have stretch, I think that's a little bit easier. But if you want to make stretch jeans, It's, is this the right amount of stretch? Is this the right amount of whatever it's mixed with? I made some jeans, some stretch jeans that it was like a modal denim blend. And I had to wear those things like 3 times without putting on the waistband because they were so stretchy. I mean, it was almost like a jeggings type
like a
material, but it was more sturdy, and they've held up really well. And the denim is so soft, but I would wear them and they would stretch out, and I'd stitch them tighter, and then I'd wear them and they'd stretch out. So I think that can be really intimidating to people. It was for me. And there's a lot of different blends and percentages out there to experiment with, particularly for stretch jeans. On that topic, when you guys buy or make jeans, do you prefer stretch or do you like a rigid jean, which is, I guess that's the fancy term for non-stretch.
I like stretch jeans.
Oh, I need a stretch. I love a stretch.
Yeah. I mean, I really like the look of a rigid jean, especially, like the high-waisted ones. And I have a couple pairs and I love them. And I will say that denim has, some stretching qualities. Like if you, you wash them and they're tight, but then if you wear them a couple times, they will definitely give a little bit. So I think that's about as far as I can go with the rigid jean, though.
Yeah, well,
the worst is when I was little and the kind of stretch jeans weren't totally a thing, and it's just when they come out of the washing machine, you first the jean wiggle. Oh my gosh,
the squat and bounce.
Oh, you're just like, and then they'll jump in there, and then
yeah. Well, and I work in an office. I sit in an office chair basically all day. I want my jeans to be moving with me because if I have to sit in a pair of rigid jeans for 8 hours, I'm going to be very uncomfortable by the time it gets to the end of the day.
The only rigid jeans I like are vintage. If I go thrift some because they've been kind of worn and torn. So I love some vintage jeans, which I have. I have some that I just adore, but I don't think I've ever bought a new pair of non-stretch ones.
Yeah, and definitely I would say too, like the non-stretch ones I have are both wide leg because I cannot. I really like the idea of making a pair of non-stretch boyfriend jeans, but I feel like, I don't know, it would impede my ability to do karate kicks, and I don't like that.
But she does a lot, I
do.
Just like every day I turn a corner and I see her.
They're just so restricting. The fabric can be a little unforgiving.
Yeah.
And y'all know how I feel about elastic waist pants.
Yes, I do.
So, well, even if you haven't sewn jeans, you might have seen a few patterns out there that kind of catch your eye or tempt you. And I kind of went to talk through those. Meg, do you have any favorite jeans patterns?
Well, really the only ones that I have sewn are the ones in my jeans course on Berta Academy, and they are they're the floral skinny jeans from the March 2014 issue, pattern number 115, and they're kind of just like that classic 5-pocket jean with the fly front and the waistband, the skinny style. So that's the only pattern I've really delved into. But in 2017 of December, Berta came out with a jeans pattern that has like a flounce on the hem, and they're just super it's so cute. It's like a skinny leg and then like a little ankle flounce, and I was like, that is so cute. So I want to make those next as my next jeans.
That reminds me of another question about jeans preferences.
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys, what kind of leg do you like? Are you more of like a straight leg, skinny leg, little bit of flare, wide leg? Where do you fall on the spectrum?
I basically always wear boot cut because skinny is not a good look for me. So I like something that flares a bit.
I've been having I'm getting more into the wider leg for sure, but I mostly have skinny jeans just because it's just easier to wear with with shoes. I don't like if I have a wide kind of bell bottom pair. I always have to wear a heel or a boot with a heel with it. But with skinny jeans, you can wear, boots tucked in or shoes or sandals or anything. So it's just kind of skinny is just easier for me to wear.
Yeah.
For sure.
I
could gravitate to that.
I have skinny jeans and then I have wide leg jeans.
Yeah.
I did make a pair of ginger jeans and kind of the stovepipe leg. And I did like that. It was kind of nice in between, and it was also really good for colder weather, like boots kind of tuck up into there, So,
okay.
And they're cute. Well, a couple of patterns that I just want to throw out there that I think are really good starting place, and we'll put all of these in the show notes for you guys. I think definitely a good place to start is the closet case patterns, ginger jeans, and I've made 3 pairs of those plus a pair in a stretch twill.
Ooh.
Are those jeans, you guys? If they're twill, but they're not blue?
I think so. I think so.
These are
You can have
deep
blood,
questions,
yeah.
you guys.
How thick is the fabric?
It's actually a pretty thin stretch twill.
Then probably not. I feel like you have to have a certain weight to be a jean, but I feel like you can have like a twill is like basic a denim and twill.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
They're not that different.
I don't actually care if they're jeans or not.
Yeah.
But because I wanted to see, if you could take a jeans pattern, because I love the styling of jeans, but do it in more of like an office fabric or just like a higher end fabric. They're pretty cute. I haven't worn them to the office very much because they're not quite as stretchy as they need to be, but they're still great. And then on the flip side, there are the Morgan jeans from Closet Case as well, and those are rigid. And those have been on my list for a little while. If you're looking for something that is very curve-friendly, the Ames jeans by Cashmerette are highly recommended. And also the Megan Nielsen, Dawn, and Ash jeans. I would say those are not quite as curve-friendly. I actually don't know what the size range is there. But Dawn, rigid jean, it's a very kind of high-waisted, wide leg mom jean look that I love, and the Ash jeans are more of a traditional skinny leg stretch jean. The other jeans that I have personally made a lot of are the Lander pants by True Bias, which are not it's not a jeans pattern. They were intended for kind of a heavier twill that was non-stretch. But I have made 2 pairs of jeans using that pattern, and I love them.
Oh, nice.
And I will say that Kelly in our office here made a pair with stretch denim, and I am doing that next time because there's just a little bit more give, and it really, the pattern really held up even with the stretch denim. So, and I think that's part of the point too, is if you have a favorite pants pattern that you know fits you really well, then
jean it.
I mean, you can add all of the details. You can top stitch the belt loops. You can top stitch the pockets. But really, I think that I don't know. I'm for less rules about jeans making if it means that people are less intimidated.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, can we just talk about the rise of a jean too? Do we all love I like them when they're like really at my waist, like
yes,
high waist.
Oh,
I can't.
God, no.
Yeah. You don't like that, Kate?
Oh, I have a super high waist, and if I wear things at my waist, they're basically right at the bottom of my rib cage, and they're like highly uncomfortable. I cannot stand that.
Even in a stretch fabric?
Even in a stretch, I want something that's going to sit more mid-rise.
Yeah.
I know it's totally in right
mid-rise.
now, and I can't stand it, and I don't care. I don't need to be fashionable. I need to be comfortable.
Honestly,
no, for sure.
I thought the same thing about high-rise waist, and then I made some, and I'm never going back because I feel like they're actually very comfortable, and I'm not as concerned about them sliding down or any kind of peakage or creepage or anything like that in the way that I think one of my pairs of ginger jeans is the mid-rise And I don't know. I don't think I can go back. But I did.
Yeah.
I have heard that the low-rise jean is potentially coming back, which
I
makes
can't do that. I can't.
I don't know anybody who's excited about that.
Just thinking of some of the jeans that I would wear in high school.
Oh gosh,
I know it's painful, right?
I know
It's painful to think about
it. Absolutely painful. I know. Once I made my first high rise, and that waistband touched my belly button, I was hooked.
Yeah, I'm there. I didn't think I would be. I was really surprised, but I do like them. One other thing I think that is really helpful for people looking to make jeans, getting over the hump of being intimidated, is to know that there are a lot of jeans sewing resources out there. So I want to talk about a few of those, and feel free to chime in if you've got a favorite. Closet Case Patterns has a jeans sewing course, as does Cashmerette. It's jeans making for curves. So some, particulars of sewing for a curvy figure included in there, which I love. I've seen a few copycat jeans making courses. So if you have, a pair of jeans that you really love, they're kind of falling apart. There are some courses out there that show you how to take the jeans apart and use them as a pattern, which I think is worth it when it comes to jeans, especially if you have that's favorite pattern.
It's your fit.
Yes,
too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many different types. Even when shopping, it's like finding that fit too.
Right.
It's just grueling.
Right.
Yeah.
There are a number of sew-alongs out there. So, I think Closet Case actually has one where it really steps out each kind of step of the jeans making, which I think is really helpful to see more, even in more depth than you would have in a normal set of pattern instructions. And also, there are a lot of in-person workshops.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm glad you brought up about fit, because I do think that fit can be really intimidating. I've seen a couple of in-person courses where people will they'll bring a bunch of different sizes of a certain pattern, so you can try them on and really kind of get a sense of what is going to work for you, which I think is genius. And hey, genius. Is that a sewing pun?
Yes. Oh, that's a sewing pun.
Sewing pun for Amanda.
See, it was accidental.
Step up my game.
Oh, I think I'm still catching up to you guys. But I wouldn't not list Meg's sewing jeans course.
Yeah, of course not.
And that was, tell us more about that. I think that one is also kind of focused on fit and
it's
kind of
focused
taking
on
the
fit
mystery
and,
out of it.
Yeah, just breaking down every little step. I think I've said this before in the podcast too. I've actually gone back and learned from myself. When I was re-sewing a fly front zipper, I rewatched that video. I was like, oh, it's so clear now. Thanks, Meg. So I just kind of break down every step. And in terms of the pattern, I show how to alter the pattern too. If you find, the fit that you like, you can make it different ways and swing out the hemline, make it wide leg, add certain aspects. And then also how to, in terms of fit, actually have a pair of jeans that you like the fit of, and I'm all about getting the measurements, from side seam to, and then using that, the thigh, across the thigh, and then making a custom size line from the pattern. So actually having a pair of jeans next to you that you like and transferring that fit over. I'm all about that.
I love that.
Touch on that. And then, and then distressing the denim too. I also have a last
that's right.
bit about kind of slashing it up. I know if I come across another person, I'm so over this joke especially it's usually like my parents or something too. It's they're like, I can't believe kids and the holes in your jeans. They're I can't believe they're more expensive with the holes. I'm like, this has been in style for so long. Can that joke just not happen anymore?
I bought some jeans that had a hole in the knee. It was probably my last pair of ready-to-wear jeans. And my daughter, she was
really?
6 at the time. She's like, you just bought these? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, but they have a hole in them.
I know.
But that's because I'm always get on to her about wearing holes in her leggings, because that happens a lot. I also wanted to mention that the Love to Sew podcast actually did a recent episode on denim, and I thought they have some really good resources over there.
Nice.
So I'd love to link over to them. Which I just think that's, it's an important part of jeans making, and I think just increasing your understanding about denim, stretch percentages, how it all works. And they have some distressing information, jeans distressing how-tos that I think are really helpful. So yeah, you should listen to this episode and follow up with some denim insights. And then take the leap. I think it's break it down, get some resources, whatever you need to do to make it so that you feel as confident as you can going into the process, and just start. Because I will say too that jeans, so intimidating, felt amazing after making them, and also thought, why did I wait so long? It really is like any other sewing project. It's just a process. So I'll leave it at that.
Jeans are just pants.
They're just pants.
They're just pants. And if you have pants that fit you, that is a good reason to sew jeans.
Just make them in denim.
Yes, exactly.
Just sew jeans.
And
Jean
it and forget the rules. Like, lighten up and get sewing.
Nice. Wait, I have a denim jumpsuit. Is that jeans?
Yes.
Please inundate us on Instagram with questions about whether
We'll
what
polls.
you've made are
this
jeans or not. And we will
also-
answer them all with a yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, all right.
All right, we are back with a sewing lightning round.
Woo!
And this time we have a special theme in honor of Meg's upcoming wedding that will actually have already happened by the time you listen to this.
I hope it was great.
I'm sure it was.
Oh, it was amazing.
I'm sure it was.
And my future self, I'm probably very relieved
you
it's
are.
over, and then just
You're so relaxing
I don't
right
have
now.
to think about it anymore. I don't have to have dreams about awful things happening.
So enjoy that future, Meg. Enjoy the
will.
moment. But so we're going to talk about and ask each other fun questions about wedding themed sewing.
Yeah.
Let's kick it off. How about you, Meg?
Okay, so this is a little would you rather. So, would you rather have your seam or zipper pop on your wedding dress on your wedding day, or trip and fall down the aisle?
Ugh, that's brutal.
I know. They're both horrible.
I know.
I know.
But you know what?
Ugh.
I have to say, for me, I think I'd rather trip, because then I can stand up, say, okay, let's start over again, guys. Run to the back, start it over, have the videographer just get rid of the part where I tripped. And with the seam or the zipper, then you have to somehow get it fixed, or you spend your entire wedding
that's true.
with something
About
popped open. And so I think I'd rather have the one that was humiliating rather than the one that was very difficult to fix.
Me too.
Interesting.
I'd go with the quick humiliation, laugh at myself, stand back up, and continue on with my wedding. How about you, Meg?
Yeah. I get so embarrassed with trips and
Yeah.
falls. I would rather honestly have a seam pop, because then because I am going to plan to have a sewing machine at the venue and then I'm also have backup dresses too. So I just couldn't, just even thinking about that, I'm getting extreme anxiety.
It's not going to happen. Neither one.
It's definitely not going to happen.
And just knowing me, it could really happen, but I don't know. I'm doing lots of practicing in my shoes.
Okay, good.
Gosh. Yourself. Yeah.
These are tough. All right, your question, Kate.
Oh, okay. My question. Okay, so what's your favorite type of fabric embellishment?
Wedding specific?
What? Yeah, sort of, but it doesn't have to be. It's for me, it's rhinestones. I like sparkly things. So, my wedding dress had a lot of rhinestones and beads and stuff like that on it. So, what do you guys think, Meg?
I think I'm a little. I I'm liking like matte things so far. So I think even an embellishment would be sort of an embroidery that's not like like a
tone on tone,
non-beading or I'm kind of like loving that right now. So not too many like glitzy things.
I'm surprised.
So I know. It's just just what I'm feeling lately.
Yeah. Well, I think that is true though. Like what I liked for my wedding 12 years ago is definitely, my tastes are way different now, which I think is, something fun to consider. Maybe have a wedding celebration and do it all over again.
I still like the sparkly things.
You do?
I did when I was when I got married. I still like the sparkly things.
I still like it now.
Yep.
Well, as you said in last episode, you love that high shine trend, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shiny, sparkly. I tend to gravitate towards that sort of stuff. I think there was a lot of metallic thread on my wedding dress too.
Nice.
I think.
Oh, I hate metallic thread. Like working with it. I do like the look of it, but working with it is just nightmarish.
But let me remind you, Meg, I did not make my wedding dress.
I know. I'm just saying.
I didn't either. And my dress was actually, it was kind of like a T-length strapless, and it was made with 2 layers, but the top layer was eyelet. And the stitching was like white on white. So it was just, kind of textural.
That sounds like such a pretty dress. I love a T-length. That's
it was
so
not
nice.
Fancy. It was like a $99 dress, and I wore it.
Oh.
It was everybody on the girl side of the wedding party wore cowboy boots. So I had my little T-length dress and cowboy boots, and it was a fun time.
Nice.
Oh, I love that.
All right, Meg, I think you're up with your hard-hitting question.
I know. Okay, so this is a question about it's a yay or nay, and then like a who wore it better. And I just want to start off by saying, both of these lovely royals obviously like looked drop dead gorgeous. I don't like to, say anything, but Meghan Markle's wedding dress, I know it was controversial when it came out. Are we a yay or a nay on her wedding dress? I know there was like lots of, things floating out there.
Well, I had to look it up because I could not remember. But I'm definitely a nay. I think it's kind of boring.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I think it was very good for her. I would not have worn it, but I think that it suited her. So
I just feel like she takes, I don't know if she takes fashion risks, but she does, like have an iconic look. And I don't know, I thought she would do something a little bit more outside the box.
I was definitely up at 5 a.m. watching the wedding. And
nice.
Yes, I was. We had my future sister-in-law and mother-in-law, we had a little tea party in the morning, and we wore our fascinators that we made, and we had,
that's
we did
awesome.
the whole wedding watching. Yeah. And so when we saw her first, obviously she looked gorgeous, but it was just, the dress was for me a little underwhelming. Yeah. But her second dress, she came out in a Stella McCartney dress for her second look, and that was gorgeous. It was like a halter gathered dress. It was beautiful.
That one was really stunning.
Yeah. So I think I know the answer to our next one. So it's Meghan or Kate's dress. I just realized both of the royals
my gosh,
both of
you
our
guys
names.
are royals.
I just realized that.
I hadn't thought about that either.
I had not thought about that.
It was funny because I was even thinking about the fact that you were Meg and you were Meghan while I was looking her up today, and I didn't put together the fact that I'm also Kate. Isn't that funny?
You're also Kate. We're royals.
Oh my gosh.
Royal names.
Well,
that's so funny.
The answer for me, of course, is I like the sparkly, more embellished things. So for me personally, I would have chosen Kate's. But yeah,
it was just a little bit more. It was more lace across the top.
Yes.
Which I'm not a lace person, but I just felt like it had more style, more impact, more flavor.
Yeah, they were both pretty understated.
Yeah.
But,
and they probably have to be and need to be, but.
Right.
Yeah. No, I loved Kate's dress. I was so loving Kate's more than Meghan's for the day. Felt like a not a fashion risk, but it's very like kind of edgy for the time. It felt like when I first saw it then, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like I wouldn't have thought of that as a wedding dress. And so I just loved it. That's so fun. I can't believe we didn't realize Megan and Kate. I still can't get over that. I love that.
All right, Kate, what's your next hard-hitting question?
Oh, my next hard-hitting question. Okay, so in your opinion, do wedding dresses have to be white or off-white? Or can they be some other color? And I'm not talking just like touches of color. I mean like full-on other color. What do you guys think?
Mm-hmm. I'm so yay for this.
Yay for other colors?
Yes, I'm very yay for other colors. You'll see if I did that or not, but
I know I went with I went with a white dress. That was pretty much the only thing traditional about it, I think. But I am totally for wearing whatever color you feel the most amazing in.
I agree.
And I feel like, I don't know, white, I don't wear a lot of white now, and I don't think it was particularly flattering for me at the time. And I don't know, I'm just not very tied to the rules, and I think it's all about
you gene it, guys, gene it. Just
Gene it.
Denim. Is this denim wedding dress jeans?
Oh my god! Oh,
yes,
love that.
yes, it is. But yeah, I think it should be all about you. And I mean, I know that when you are planning a wedding and you're, having a wedding, a lot of family pressure comes into play, and you have to figure out how to kind of navigate that for yourself. So you do what is the best for you, but feel amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I think you should do whatever makes you happy. I went pretty traditional. Mine was ivory, actually, because white does not actually look that great on most people.
I don't think it looks that good on most people.
My maid of honor, who also works at a bridal store, she's like, yeah, we're not buying you a white wedding dress. You're not going to be in white. You're going to be in off-white. And I'm like, okay, because she knows what she's talking about.
I love an ivory. I think ivory is so pretty. I love ivory.
Well, and I mean, it read as white. It was fine. It wasn't like dark or anything. But I also had this friend, somebody I knew in high school, and I did not get to go to her wedding because I was working that day. But she sent pictures after, and she was super pale. She was like porcelain with light blonde hair, and apparently she took one look at the whole idea of a white wedding dress and said no. And so she picked a like crimson red ball gown. And
I love
it was
that.
So it was surprising. It was almost shocking. And her bridesmaids were actually all in white, or ivory or something like that.
Cool. It's a cool twist.
But yeah, she was. It was stunning. It really was. So, and I know Abby has told me. My friend Abby has told me about some of the color options that some of the dresses come in the store. Like, you can get this one in hot pink and black. And it's like, okay, that's awesome. I hope some people do. Yeah. So.
All right. Back to you, Meg.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me. Okay. So this isn't a would you rather. So would you rather have to sew all of your bridesmaids' dresses or let your bridesmaids pick them out themselves, but you hate them all?
Based on how stressed I was before my wedding, I think I'd go with let them pick their dresses and hate them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Same.
Really?
That's a lot of, I think I had maybe 5 bridesmaids. That's a lot of dresses.
That is true. But could you imagine just hating, like, I actually hate, like, they're in so many pictures.
Yeah.
Could you imagine hating them?
Well, I mean, as long as they were happy with them, that does make a difference. My bridesmaids did actually get to pick their dresses. I gave them a line to pick from. And I told them what color they had to wear, but they got to pick the actual style of the dresses. And, I think 2 of them picked the same one, and the others all picked something different. They looked lovely, and I was all for it.
There was a lot of latitude for our wedding. Both the groomsmen and the bridesmaids wore black and white. So there were dresses that were like white with a little bit of black embellishment. There were black dresses with white embellishment. And then on the groomsmen's side, they all wore the same kind of, I can't remember what the style of shirt is, but it's basically, it might be kind of like a Cuban style shirt there's embroidery down the front in black, and it was on a white base. So it just, it wasn't
That's so
super
cool.
cohesive, but everybody kind of gave it their own flavor, and I really enjoyed that. But I was definitely less didn't feel as compelled to control that part of the process.
Yeah, I wanted my bridesmaids all had very different bodies, and I wanted them all to feel good in their dresses. So that's why I decided that they could pick their own within a certain limit. I did sunrise colors, so there was actually a whole spectrum of different colors. My maid of honor was in peach, and then it went through 2 shades of pink, and then a kind of mauve and a purple at the end. It was really cool.
Nice.
Oh, wow. That is
I'll
cool.
throw some pictures up on the show notes page.
Yeah. We'll have to see.
But I don't think we've heard much about your bridesmaids. Meg, what's the plan?
I don't have any.
You don't have any.
No, I don't have any. I just decided I just didn't want any, and I think all my friends are. Then it's like the choosing.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah, because we're not doing like formal picture, like we're not doing the stand in the line pictures, and so I just have. So Julian has one sister, and I have one brother, so that we're kind of doing like
siblings,
just the best man and maid of honor of our witnesses, and they can they're wearing what they want. So yeah, so I'm not having bridesmaids, but if I were, I was joking. I was gonna do, if I were to have bridesmaids, I was gonna do like a bridesmaid sewing boot camp where they had to sew the dresses that they made, and they had to wear the dresses.
I think I remember talking about this plan.
Yeah, I remember bringing that up, and so I always think that's a good idea. But then the thought of doing that now,
that's a lot.
And I think everyone's really, I know everyone's excited about the wedding, and they're kind of. A lot of family and friends are coming up to me and saying, this is the chance where I'm going to wear that, piece in my wardrobe that maybe I haven't never worn before. If I think it's too fancy or too out there or too stylish. A few of my friends are renting dresses from you can just rent it like a runway dress for the evening. So I think it's going to be quite a stylish affair because it's an excuse to know me and how my style and so I'm excited to see what everybody wears.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Fun. Yeah. All right. I think that we're down to the last question.
Yes, this is the last question. Yeah. All right. What's the best way to reuse your wedding or bridesmaid dress?
Oh.
I actually reused my wedding dress by wearing it as a bridesmaid to my best friend's wedding.
Oh, nice.
She switched things up, and the bridesmaids wore white. So,
that's so cool.
They did wear white, and she had a dress that was kind of this like muted taupey color, and it was gorgeous. And I made a little belt for my dress that was in the same color, and I also added like a little underlay to the bottom of the dress that was in the same kind of brown color fabric. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I definitely repurposed. Now it's sitting in my closet, of course.
Of course.
How about you guys?
Well,
I think I could just definitely. I would.
Will you wear it again?
Take it apart. I would wear it again for sure.
Could you dye it? Would you dye it?
Oh yeah, I totally could dye. Yeah, you could totally dye it, or tear it apart and make it different components. Do that. Yeah, I would do that.
For bridesmaid dresses, I would definitely pop those suckers on to go to the theater, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dress up a little bit, situations like that. I have not yet come up with a good way to rewear my wedding dress, which is, a very traditional off-white ball gown, and so with lots of sparkles and a train that bustles. So yeah, I can't think of it. If I was a different type of person, I might, rip it up and go as a zombie for Halloween, zombie bride or something.
I was just gonna say you could do a zombie kind of like, or corpse bride type.
Like,
stitch.
Couldn't you?
Make
a costume.
I don't know. Maybe I'd have to come up with something that looked even vaguely like my wedding dress to do, but maybe. Of course, I don't think I necessarily fit into my wedding dress anymore. But we haven't really gotten into that yet.
Friends.
Now, I know you see do you keep them in those those like bridal boxes or like that form and like the traditional big boxes. Those are so funny.
I should have, but I haven't done that.
Yeah.
Like, where is your store right now? Where do you
It's
keep
in
it?
my guest room closet in a garment bag.
Exact same.
Yeah, and
Oh,
yeah,
really?
and the petticoat, because I had an enormous petticoat under it, is like stuffed in a garbage bag and on the shelf of the closet, and probably my veil is like balled up and stuck in there somewhere too, because wow, at the end of the day, you just really want to put everything into something and walk away from it.
But now I am so inspired. I think when I got married, I almost said when I got married the first time. I don't know why that was about to come out of my mouth. I think it's because I we should do some kind of like wedding celebration, but I wasn't sewing a lot at that time, and I think now my approach would be completely different, and I would make a dress for it, but it would be pretty simple.
As I say, with similar to jeans, like sewing my own wedding dress wasn't like everyone's like, oh, freaking out, like, oh my gosh, like a wedding dress is just a dress in like whatever color, right? It's doesn't have to be this crazy, intimidating thing. Like maybe just use like you could have a really nice simple silhouette just in a really nice fabric. Like you can sew your own wedding dress. It's similar to jeans. It's just another
You absolutely can.
to be this.
But if you want to have a very fancy ball gown and don't want to sew it, then
Oh no, that's true.
buy
That
that
is true.
thing.
Though.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
exactly. You buy that.
well, and I mean, as I said, my best friend works at a bridal shop. And so I get to hear stories, and she shows me pictures of these projects she's working on and how she's, taken like extra lace and like built, jackets to go over things, and had somebody do hand beading on her on the lace that she then appliques on. And I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, all that it's the dress comes in, but the alterations and changes that people make to those things, even the purchase ones, it's amazing what they do. And it's just, my friend who has probably better sewing skills than I do, let's be honest, but that's because she spends her entire life working on complicated wedding dress stuff as opposed to me who tries to sew the easiest tank tops I can find. So
Yay, tank tops.
yay, tank tops.
Yeah, and just saying from someone who sewed, their wedding dress, it's just such a good feeling. I'm just so excited that I did that. I'm very proud of myself, and it just literally came out. I couldn't have even thought to buy something as perfect as that's exactly what I wanted. So just as I would have been, the first pair of jeans that I made. It's like I'm very proud.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to see it.
I know.
And I have to wait like 2 more weeks or something. From the time of recording.
But from the time of recording, this have already been out.
And from time of listening, something like that.
And I can't wait when we all reconvene after, and it'll be kind of our last kind of wedding talk. I'm sure we'll all be sick about hearing and talking about it.
Sure.
But yeah.
Well, can't wait. Can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah. So should we jump into our SewJo today?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it. So who wants to go first?
Amanda, you go first. I forgot to think of one. I have to think really fast.
I have one, and it's not jumpsuit related. Thank you. Mine is my London capsule that I'm working on.
Oh, yes.
Which actually does have a jumpsuit in it. But
Of course it does.
Aside from that, I am going to London in early October, and I put together a little, just a couple of pieces that I want to make. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get to everything. There's a dress. There are actually 2 jumpsuits. There's a jacket. There's a pair of basic black pants, the Alexandria peg trousers, and I'm going to sew them in a Liverpool knit. And they're like really comfy for travel. So yeah, there's maybe like 6 pieces, and I'm probably I'm 1/3 in. We'll see how far I get, but it is, I kind of love it. Planning a little capsule around a trip, although the kind folks on Instagram reminded me that London is probably going to be pretty rainy in October, and I had completely not taken that into account. So I'll probably buy myself a rain jacket.
Good plan.
Yeah.
For sure.
How about you guys?
I'm going to actually call back to our last episode where we were talking about our fall trends and the fact that I'm really starting to feel this whole tamarack jacket thing. Again, it's not going to be an immediate thing because my immediate SewJos need to be my travel capsule. But I'm thinking I might end up doing a tamarack jacket with a little bit of machine embroidery detail and some fun stuff.
I could tell that was going to happen because I
you?
could see you, and then you had a vision. And as soon as you get that far with things, it's hard to let go.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, well, my SewJo is as soon as I found out that the Zadie jumpsuit had a long sleeve option. That's my first, like, after wedding make. I need one of those so bad. So that's
Love it.
gonna do it. Yeah, so excited.
Awesome.
So now for our Sew and Tell. So in theme with what we're doing for the past couple episodes, we are going to do an Instagram live on our Instagram at Sew and Tell Pod on September 26th, and we'll answer. No, you'll answer. We'll read your answers. Scott.
Don't mind Meg, she has wedding brain.
I know, I do have wedding brain. So have you or are you planning on sewing jeans? Let us know. Email us, sewandtellpodcast@peakmediaproperties.com. Leave a comment on our show notes page or our episode, or on Instagram. Leave us a comment and we'll read your answers live.
Yeah. If you let us know too, if there are things that are intimidating you about the process, if you have a pattern that you really love that wasn't one of the ones we discussed today, let us know. And we can, have a little conversation about it.
Yeah. And let us know if you'd rather have a seam or zipper pop in your wedding dress or
feel free to play along with our wedding lightning round.
Absolutely. We'd love to hear what your preferences are of the horrifying things that could happen on your wedding day.
But won't.
But won't. Absolutely not.
Yeah. They won't. No.
All right. Fun episode, you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Gene it. That's my favorite thing.
So the next time we talk to Meg, she's going to be a married woman.
I'm gonna be a married woman, and I'm going to be excited that it's in the past.
Yeah.
Hope,
It is. It's going to be a fantastic day.
Think about something else. Yeah.
But it'll be nice to be able to move on and start your life together. I mean, you already have life together, but the next stage of your life together.
More bunnies.
Yay.
All right. Happy stitching, everyone.
Until next time.
Bye-bye. For links to everything we talked about in this episode, go to our show notes page at sewdaily.com/sewandtell. If you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at sewandtellpodcast@peakmediaproperties.com or visit us on Instagram at sewandtellpod. Answer our Sew and Tell question, tell us your SewJo, or just leave us some feedback. If you enjoyed our show, please subscribe on your podcasting platform of choice. And please leave us a review, ideally a good one, because that helps listeners like you find our podcast. And tell your sewing friends about us too. Thanks for listening, and happy stitching. Sew and Tell is produced by Meg Healy, Amanda Carestio, and me, Kate Zaynard. Our consulting producer is Ron Doyle, and our executive producer is Jared Mayer.